Hey guys, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. On this channel, we try to cover all things reality, TV news and gossip, as well as trending topics. And every week we do our Sister Wives recap. Try to do it on Monday, but I have had a busy week. Kids are out of school for their break. I'm trying to finish up Christmas shopping. A lot going on. So I know that I'm behind. I do apologize. Also, if my camera seems a little it's because I ran right into it and knocked it over and I cannot get it back the right way. So if it is a little crooked and it bothers you guys like it bothers me, I apologize. But we are going to get into part 4 of the Sister Wives sit down season 18 tell all. This is the episode where we actually formally are introduced to Christine's fiance. At this point, he is the fiance. So we are formally introduced to him on the show. Suki gets to ask him, she did okay. Suki did okay asking him some interesting questions about, you know, what does he think about David? What does he think about, no, what does he think about Kody? What does he think about Kody and Christine's relationship? Kody made a lot of like ignorant comments. There was one comment in particular, like, well, Christine has to lie to David and tell him I'm not a good man, or else how could David marry a woman that left a good man? And I'm like, does he forget that like all his like stupidness was literally filmed for like 18 seasons? And all David has to do is go back and watch it, and he will see, like, full stop, that Kody was not a great husband. Christine ain't got to tell him nothing. It's filmed. Watch it, which he probably has. He knows. Like, there's books of Kody saying that Christine disgusts him when she eats. Like, come on, what? Like, stupid comment. Thankfully, he addressed it. David addressed it. Also, Kody called Christine, I think I'm saying this right, a Machiavellian, where basically it's like she's a backstabber, she's a fake, she pretends to be one thing while she's another. David even talked on that, saying that's not true. That's not who she is at all. She's very caring. Like, he's like, if anything, she's a little naive to people, and I have to tell her, listen, Christine, this is how it really is. So we're gonna get into the recap. Kody seems like he lives on another planet. True story. True story. So we are going to get into season 18, part 4 of the tell all. And you guys, at the end of this, you guys know how they always tell us on next week's episode of Sister Wives. Well, this time they're like, I think it said on next week's episode, I think it's the wedding special. I think next week we're going to get a wedding special, which is like, that's awesome. I love that they filmed her wedding. I'm all for that. Love it. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it, you guys. So y'all pray for me. I've had a busy day. I've had y'all listen. Let me tell y'all something else. Y'all know I go to the gym, right? Well, listen. Sean gets on to me because he's like, listen, when you are at the gym, relax. When you are in the house, relax. Stop working. But oftentimes, when I'm in the house and when I'm at the gym and when I'm riding to the store with him, I am working. If it's not, working on a comment or working on not comment, but content, it's like thumbnail, it's just doing research, right? So I was walking into the gym and I ran literally smack dab into one of the side rails that's kind of poking out this way. I always go to the elliptical first, and I do the elliptical for like 30, 45 minutes. And I'm just looking down at my phone, bam, right into one of the freaking pole. And I kind of have a little bit of a knot. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it hurts so bad. I was like doing my makeup, and it was like, you guys see it? I don't know if you can see it. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. And then later today, I do have to do one more video. Even though I'm getting a late start, I will do another video after this. We're going to talk about Anna Cardwell, her husband. Eldridge did an interview with People Magazine where he talked about his time with Anna and stuff like that. And I have some more information that I want to share with you guys, that stuff that I've just been getting because June has been saying one thing and I'm being told another. So that will be addressed also in the upcoming video. So let's go ahead. Let's get into this recap, guys. Pray for me. Pray for my forehead, please. Yep, can't turn that brain off. Shine gets on me all the time because I don't turn it off. Even laying in bed, I'm talking about work or I'm talking about bills or I'm talking about this. And he's like, can you stop? You're stressing me out. My bad. All right, so let me find I lost it. Bring that back up. Bear with me. Bear with me. I need like some music to play whenever I have things up and then I lose them. I need some music to play so it's not boring. Do 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 do. Do. Yeah, I know. Running into cameras. Well, listen, I can show you why I'm running into my camera because I have about this much space right here to get out because I have boxes and I would show you guys. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 boxes on this side. 1, 2, 3, 3 boxes on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4 bags on this side. A big box right here in the chair next to me. Actually, I have 2 boxes in the chair next to me. I have a bag back here, a box back here. All my Christmas is in here, you guys. So I have no room in my office to walk. You guys know what that song was? Yep, there it will. She will not be returned. I haven't watched Jeopardy since Alex Trebek. To be honest, that's just I haven't. My granny used to watch it, and I watch it with her, but I haven't. Christmas clutter. That's so true. I need to wrap presents too. I need to wrap presents, and I have not. Anyways, part 4. Let's listen to what Cody, what Robyn is about to say right here, just because I think she takes everything the wrong way.
Sorry, I don't know how to let this go. And this isn't me just being dramatic. Thank you, Christine.
Okay, I want to speak on that because Christine herself never said, I think Robyn is dramatic. She said, I did a personality test for me and all the wives, and Robyn's came back that she is dramatic. They twist everything. Anyways, part 4 starts off with Sukana with Mir. She asked Mary and Janelle both if they've met David, and I honestly just love the way they're like, he's a great guy. Mary's like, yeah, met him a few times. He's a nice guy. And then Suki asked Mary, what is your hopes? Do you want to get married one day? Do you hope that you can find someone the way that Christine has? And Mary says yes, that she does have hope that she can find someone to spend the rest of her life with. She says she is happy and excited for Christine. She is excited for Christine and she wants to see Christine happy. But yes, she does ultimately want to find someone that she can spend the rest of her life with. And I'm like, that's great. 90% of social media calls her dramatic, right? Like, girl, are you not getting the hint? Are you not getting the hint? Alrighty then. Let me drag this over here. You guys can probably see that right now. I don't know if you guys can or not. No, you can't. Okay. Janelle says, she's met David, and she is just like, yes, I've met him. I've hung out with him a few times, several times. She thinks he is great. She says that he is a breath of fresh air for Christine. She's like, breath of fresh air, perfect for Christine. And then she says, Christine actually told me that before David, she really didn't know what it felt like to be loved like that. She says, I'm telling a little tidbit on Christine right now, but yeah, Christine told me that she never knew what it felt like to be loved like that. So love that.
I really do like David. I've met him. We've hung out.
Love it. I like the way like they all kind of light up when talking about David. They all kind of light up. Cody says he's met David and had like a 10 to 15 minute conversation. He says it was nothing too serious, very light. He says Robyn talked to David more, but Robyn said that David is sweet. And then Cody says, listen, I know nothing, but Christine chose David. So I think it's a good match. I'm actually like shocked that he even said anything remotely like nice. You know what I'm saying? Shocked.
Had a conversation, a very mild, light conversation. He mostly talked with Robyn.
Okay.
She thought he was very sweet.
Your wife thinks another man is sweet, Cody. Just kidding. Anyways, Suki then asked Cody to watch a clip of when Cody and Christine met at El Patio after their divorce. In the season, Cody was still very angry at Christine. However, Christine was happy with her life. Now, before they roll the clip, Cody does acknowledge that he was in a very dark place at this time and he did not like Christine at all. So then they roll the clip. Let's fast forward this. And so you guys know how it is. Y'all know how the clips are. When they roll the clips, they'll show Kody watching the clip, they'll show Christine watching the clip, they'll show Mary watching the clip. So in this particular clip, they did show several people watching it, and they showed, mainly Kody watching it. But the clip consists of Kody seeing Christine for the first time at the restaurant, and he says that it wasn't really a big deal for him. He says, yeah, it's just like, kind of like, hello, how are you? How have you been? But he did have this feeling of betrayal. Like when he met up with her, he felt like this is the woman that has betrayed me. He's like, I felt like I've done so much for this marriage. So for her to just talk crap about me to my kids, it honestly made me feel like I never wanted to see her again. I just wanted to spend some time hating her. I'm like, how do you think she felt? All that she gave to this marriage. Married a man, had the belief that the beliefs that y'all did, shared you with other women. When she was pregnant at times, you were out with other women. When she was giving birth, like, what about what she put into the marriage? But she don't have the right to hate you? That's like unfair. So in the clip, we see them talking about how sick Kody was during COVID and how upset he got at Gwendolyn because Gwendolyn made fun of him. So they're sitting there talking, and Cody's like, oh, I got COVID and I was so sick. And Christine just bust out laughing. And she's like, yeah, Gwendolyn. And he's like, oh, yeah, Gwendolyn thought it was funny too. And she's like, well, yeah, but it was just a joke. And she's laughing about it. She does laugh. She laughs and she apologizes because she realizes that it upsets Kody that she's laughing. So she apologizes for laughing, but he cuts her off and says, no, it's okay. You're mean like that. So he apparently was like really dramatic when he was sick, like fetal position on the floor crying. And I guess Gwendolyn made a joke about it and made fun of like the way that he acted when he had COVID. So she was just laughing about that. But when she realized that he did not think it was funny, she's like, oh, never mind. My bad. I'm sorry. Did not mean to laugh at you. She's like, but honestly, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the way Gwendolyn described you. That's what I'm laughing at, not laughing at you. And he's like, no, it's okay. You're mean that way. You're mean that way. You could tell that Christine was shocked when he said that to her. She tried to explain to him that she wasn't laughing at him being sick, but Gwendolyn's description of how he was acting. And that's what was funny. The clip shows Kody in a confessional saying, none of this is funny. I haven't been laughing. I didn't laugh when she left. I'm not laughing now. So we see that whole little.
You talked about getting this anxiety, Christine, and depression.
I know, and I'm sorry to even laugh a little bit, but Gwendolyn was like, yeah.
You mean that way. It's okay.
She's like, what?
Her description.
So she's like, dang, you just called me mean. Called me mean. It flips to show Christine in a confessional who is laughing almost hysterically and saying, you know what? I'm not married to him anymore. It's so freaking awesome. Now, while Christine is in the confessional saying this, it shows the little box of Kody watching her say this. So let's look and then we'll discuss.
Oh, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing here. I'm not laughing. I haven't been laughing with her leaving. I've never been laughing about this thing.
My reaction is just terrible today. I'm so sorry. I'm not married to him anymore. It's so freaking awesome.
You get me in the wrong place, and I'm just venom and vitriol.
She's like, whoops. He didn't look amused though. He didn't look amused at her saying that, but she was like, whoopsie, oopsie, So yeah, she's like, my bad. Back at the clip though, we see Christine ask Kody if he hates her sometimes. She's like, so you still hate me sometimes? And Kody he's watching the clip. Cody's watching the clip. They're at the dinner, and Christine says, oh, so you still hate me sometimes? And Kody tells Sookie, I think Christine likes that. I think Christine likes the thought of me hating her. And then in the clip of them at dinner, he tells Christine, I think it gives you satisfaction if I did hate you. And Christine says, no, not at all. That's actually sad. It's heartbreaking. I don't want you to hate me. We see Christine's confessional in the clip with Kody watching, where Christine says, I think Kody thinks that I think about him way more than I do. I really don't even think about him at all. And I'm like, oh, the knife to the kidney. When she's like, yeah, he thinks I think about him, but I don't. You can tell. He's like, when he sees her saying these things, you can tell it's like a punch in the gut for him. In my opinion, I feel like you can tell. He don't like this. He don't like the fact that she is on national television. Just like, I don't like him. I'm so happy not to be married to him. This is ha 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 hysterical. I don't have to deal with him anymore. Like, it is eating him up, in my opinion, that she says all this. Let's see. In the clip at dinner, Kody says he wished he could be more ambivalent, and Christine tells him, no, I don't want you to have to pretend to like me. Then at the 5-minute mark, why did I note 5 minutes? Kody tells Christine with a laugh, the evil thoughts I had about you. Let's watch.
And there's no point in that.
I think she's Machiavellian. She plays nice while stabbing you in the back. The evil thoughts I had about you, but I was just like,
So it's grief over me leaving more than anything.
It's grief of
Okay. So, I mean, he's literally sitting there telling her that he had evil thoughts. Oh, no, all apologies. Praying for your washing machine. That's horrible. Let's see. Sorry. Info coming. Sorry, guys. All right. In the confessional, Kody says that Christine plays nice while stabbing you in the back. The two then discuss what is making Kody upset. Was it Christine leaving? Was it something more? And he said it was the bigger picture. Oh, thank you, France. Thank you so much. It's the camera, the lighting, and everything else. Trust me, I got a good camera. He said it was the big picture. That's why it bothered me so bad. It was the big picture that by her leaving, she messed up his big picture. Kody watches a clip of Christine saying in a confessional, he wants to blame me for destroying his big picture, but he doesn't see all the stuff that he has done. He doesn't see that his actions over the course of 10 years is what caused this. You can't pick a favorite wife. You can't abandon all of your wives only to stay with this one wife and had her at her house every single day and expect to have this big picture with this big, huge, happy family. We don't even have a relationship with most of the people in his big picture. That's what Christine says. And he watches the clip of her saying that, which I'm like, he needed to hear that. Will he receive that? Probably not, because he's got like something in his ears that doesn't allow anything to get to his brain, but he needed to hear that. Now back with Sookie. After rolling the clip, she asked Kody about the word hate. I wish she would have brought up, yeah, so Christine just said, you blamed her for ruining your big picture, but she says it's your fault. She's saying that you picked a favorite, you wasn't at her house enough, and that this is your fault. What do you say to that? But for some of the reasons, she brought up the word hate. Zuna, thanks for the recaps. We're a few weeks behind here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you, Zuna. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Hasn't got a brain for it to get to. That's so funny. You're probably right. I think you're right. No brain. What is the Wizard of Oz? That song, he wants a brain or something. Ain't it about want a brain? I think so. So he's like, they get back from rolling the clip. She asked Kody about the word hate. And Kody says, listen, I had an uncomfortable life with Christine, but I suffered through it. So for her to just quit when she got ready to quit, after all those years of me suffering through this uncomfortable life with her, that bothers me. And then he brings up like how she's laughing. He's like, you know what? She's just a mean girl. She's mocking my pain. Sookie says, what if Christine's like really happy? Like, if she's really happy and she's not trying to mock your pain, but she's just really happy, like, why is that a problem? Is it hard for you to see her happy? And Kody says, listen, Christine wasn't happy. She's just being me. I know her. That was her mocking my pain. She's just mocking me. That's what he said. Christine did actually kind of confirm this. She was like, no, I was kind of being like an evil Disney princess, kind of, because all these years, Kody, I was only allowed to be the happy go lucky wife. I could not show my real emotions. If I really did want to laugh about something, if it wasn't something that Kody should think I should be laughing about, I had to keep that in. So yeah, there was a little part of me that was like being a little evil Disney princess, Cruella to be exact. That when he said something, if I felt like I wanted to laugh, yes, I laughed. Because all these years, I had to be this one way. Prim, proper, very happy go lucky, can never express anything other than that. And she says, so it felt nice to just be able to be herself and laugh at something that any other time she wouldn't have been able to laugh about. She would have to be like, oh, Kody, are you okay? I'm so sorry. Is everything okay? Okay, Kody, my bad, my bad. So after that, Sookie asked Kody, do you hate Christine for destroying your big picture? And he says, no, because it's actually all my fault. And I'm like, accountability. And then he says, because I married a woman I didn't love. And I'm like, I mean, I guess that's still accountability, but does that not make you like a terrible person to marry? I mean, at this point, you say you married three women that you didn't love. Really? I find it ironic that Kody says he did not vet. He says he did not vet Mary, Mary, Janelle, and Christine so much so that he didn't even love them. He didn't even love them. He was just trying to have all the wives, and like do the thing and be the polygamist. But he says he super vetted Robyn. He's like, oh yeah, I vetted Robyn. But you didn't even vet the other wives. So you want us to believe that you vetted Robyn? I don't know if I believe that. All right, let's see. Let's continue. Y'all, I swear, I have people calling me 24/7. 24/7 about car warranty, insurance, and I'm like, leave me alone. Okay.
Picking up the pieces.
Okay, so after that, he says, oh, and Sookie's like, ouch, like, wow, that's gonna be hurtful. And he says, no, Christine knew that. Like, Christine knows that I didn't love her. Hold on, lost my place again. Sookie's like, oh, ouch. And he goes, no, but it's the truth. And Christine knows that. Like, Christine knows that I didn't love her. Sookie asked Christine if she thinks Robyn wants to live a plural life, to be a polygamist, married to a polygamist. And Christine didn't want to answer the question at first. You could kind of tell she's just like, And Snooki kind of pushed her. She's like, well, it's a fair question because you said it during the season. It's a fair question. So Christine does answer, and she says no, that she does not believe that Robyn has any desire to live a plural marriage. We immediately flip to Sookie and Kody, where Sookie then tells Kody, so Christine mentioned that she doesn't think that Robyn really wants to live a plural lifestyle. And Kody says that he doesn't think Christine even knows Robyn at all. That she's never tried to get to know Robyn. That Christine was a crappy sister wife, but he hopes that she will be a good wife to David. Kody says there was 1,000 reasons why, looking back, that she was not a good fit for their marriage. Is that right? I don't know. I wonder if I got my timestamps messed up somehow. Let me see where we're at. We're at a commercial, really. Y'all, I come in here and I play the commercials just so when we're going to go over it on my channel, I won't have to watch them. But Philo's been like messing me over. They have been making me watch the commercials every single time. All right. Let's just continue going. Where is, oh, there it is. Okay. He then says that if Christine really loves David, the way to prove that she really loves David is to never say another bad word about Robyn, because that's when he will believe that Christine is in love, when she no longer needs to speak bad about Robyn or bad about him to their children. And I'm like, hold on. She was married to you like the last 20 years of your life, her life, 25 years of her life was with you in this situation. So just because she's moved on and she is in love with somebody else, she's supposed to forget about that and never be able to speak on that again. That's not how it works. You know, it's like, how can I make this make sense? Okay. Say a woman have a miscarriage and they're hurt over that miscarriage. They try to have a child. It didn't happen. Heartbroken. But then a year later, they get pregnant. They have a child. You don't get to say, well, if you're really happy that you ended up having a child, you can't bring up that miscarriage. No, that's still a painful, traumatic situation that you went through. That you have, and it was so much of your life. You get to talk about that if you want to. You get to feel that if you want to. And to be honest, you can't control how you feel. So if somebody brings these topics up to Christine and she feels like she wants to say something, that is her every right. And I would almost bet my life, I just threw a hair up in the air. I would almost bet my life that Christine's like, I don't care. I don't care if you believe whether or not I really love David. Don't care. But I feel like Christine's just so unbothered. She's like, whatever, dude. After that, Christine tells Sookie that the moment she realized how Kody and Robyn must feel about each other, she recalled it because she felt that way about David. She remembers like realizing like that she loved David and then thinking, oh wow, like this is what it feels like, you know, to love someone that way, to be in love with someone. And she said she agreed that when you love someone the way that she loved David and the way that she thinks Kody and Robyn must love each other, that you don't want to spend your time away from them or with anybody else that you don't love the same or at all. She says, listen, you know, I get it. Would I want to go be with somebody else and spend my time at somebody else, some other man's house when I love David as much as I do? No, I don't. She says, they deserve to be happy. And I wish they would go be happy. She's like, let this all go. Let us go. Stop being angry. Like, y'all are finally getting what y'all want. I'm happy. Everybody's happy except y'all, apparently. Y'all don't want to move on. But you should, because you're getting what everybody thinks you want and what we know that you want. So just be happy, stop being angry, let it go, and then we can all get along and move forward. We then switch over to Janelle. She tells us that she has no belief that Kody will get a sixth wife because she's asked. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. My son was coming to talk to me about church. Okay. What's today? Is today Wednesday? It is Wednesday. Okay. Sorry, guys. So, yes, Sookie asked Janelle if she thinks Kody will ever take on, another wife. And she's like, nope, I don't think she will. I don't think he will. Not at all. She tells Sookie that if he does take on another wife, then she will pay her $1,000. She's like, listen, I think Sookie even worded it somewhere along the lines of like, so if that's not that part. Anyways, she was like, so if Robyn like found another wife found another potential and brought that lady to Kody, do you think Kody would like take Robyn up on the offer and marry another wife? And she was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Like, I think he's done with that. And she says, um, like, I would bet like $1,000 that he would not do that. And Sookie's like, all right, $1,000. If he does, then I'm gonna come looking for you. You're gonna owe me $1,000. And Janelle's like, I will pay you $1,000 because I do not think he's gonna pay anybody any money. I mean, I don't think he's gonna get another wife. I don't know if this like walking into that poll like gave me a concussion because I've said way too many things wrong tonight. But she's like, I don't think Kody would take on another wife. But if he does, I will pay you $1,000. And so he's like, yes, I will come hunt you down for it. Janelle says that Kody now talks about moving forward into monogamy. Sookie asked what if Robyn did it, if Robyn wanted Kody to do it. Janelle says no, she doesn't see that happening. She thinks Kody and Robyn are very happy. They have something very deep, and that's okay. Sookie asked Janelle if she is upset that Robyn and Kody have that they have that deep relationship and they are monogamous now. And Janelle said no, that she isn't. And that maybe one day she will find herself that and she can have that type of relationship with someone as well. She said, but right now I'm not looking, but I do hope one day to find that. So at this point, Christine has found that Mary and Janelle both say that they do hope in the future to find that person for them. We then flip over to Sookie and Kody, and she asked him the same question, that if Robyn was to come home with a new potential sister wife and introduce her to Kody, Kody laughs and says, huh? So if Robyn chased down someone to bring into the family for me to marry the way Mary chased down Robyn, is that what you're saying? And Sookie says, yes, exactly. Let's see if we can find that clip.
Would that be a possibility?
Like if Robyn went and chased down somebody like Mary chased down Robyn.
Yes,
like
exactly.
You needed to go, like, hey Kody, you better go dance with her. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thinking about it.
I wouldn't be interested.
He said nope, wouldn't be interested. He said he wouldn't be interested because he would have to tell this woman that he loves Robyn and that he can never love the new chick as much as he loves Robyn. And that now he knows better. He's like, I know I'm not going to love anybody the way that I love Robyn or as much as I love Robyn. So I wouldn't want to bring anybody else into our dynamic and have to tell them that. Sookie asked Mary about Robyn. And Mary says, listen, I know Robyn is very sad and everything that's going on within our family. She says, I know Robyn is very sad with everything going on in our family. And then Mary says, if Kody loves Robyn so much that he needed to get rid of the other 3 wives, then that's on him, not Robyn. Like, Robyn shouldn't be the one to have to be heartbroken over all of this. She was like, listen, if Kody loved Robyn so much he had to throw us to the wayside, that's him. It's not Robyn's fault. Sookie then asked Robyn if she can find happiness with Kody despite not having that big polygamous family the way Robyn claimed that she wanted. Through imaginary tears, Robyn says, well, to be loving and respectful to Kody, I want to say yes, that I can love Kody despite not having that family. I can find happiness. But she just doesn't know how this works. She says it feels disrespectful to be happy with just Kody. She's saying like, thank you. So she says, she basically says that she feels like she can't be happy because it would be a betrayal to the other wives, to Mary, Janelle, who else? Christine, which Christine's not another wife. She's literally engaged to someone else. But she was like, yeah, I just don't think that would be fair. I think it would be disrespectful. And then Sookie tells her, well, they all want you to be happy with Kody. They literally have said it. They said it here to me. They want you to be happy. And Robyn says, well, they haven't shared that with me off camera. And Robyn basically says that's something that she would need to hear off camera, not from the cameras, face to face. She needs them to tell her that they want her and Kody to be happy. And then maybe she could be happy. But she says her commitment to them and the kids is not broken and that she doesn't know how to break it or to be done with this.
It's weird.
Those imaginary tears, y'all. Look, where they at?
To be loving and respectful to Kody, I want to say yes, but I just don't know how this works exactly. It's weird. I feel like it's disrespectful.
Let me pause it and comment. I know TLC is going to get me this time. I know it. I don't play too much. They're going to get me. I don't care.
It feels disrespectful to be happy with Kody.
But they want you to be happy
That's
with Kody. They all sat here and said, we want Robyn and Kody to be happy. They have a special relationship. Christine has shared that with me. Mary has shared that with me. And also Janelle has shared that
They
with
haven't
me.
shared it with me off camera.
Do you need to hear that
Yeah.
from them
Yes.
to be able to be purely happy
Yes.
with Kody?
Yes. I need it off camera to my face.
All right, that's what I don't see the tears though. There's no tears. There's just a lot of scrunching of the face, you know. My eyes are always rolling when she's on the screen. Yeah, I'm like, she's trying. She's trying. A for effort. So anyways, we jump back over to Christine. Sookie asked Christine if there's anything that David does better than Kody. I was like, please say it, Christine. Please say it. Just be like, in the most classiest way possible. Yes. He definitely lays the pipe down better than Kody. Just the pipe, the way he lays it down. The length of the pipe. Yes. The motion of the pipe. Better, 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 better. In the most classiest way ever, because you can't talk nasty on TV and you don't want to come off as nasty. Only certain people would probably pick it up. Kids probably wouldn't. But, you know, I would never say that on TV, but, you know, but that would have been funny. Another, like, knife in the kidney. Anyways. It's like Amber Heard and her expressions and fake tears. I know, right? I know. The smexy, yeah, that's what she should have said. Well, you know, the smexy time is better. The smexy time is always better. Man, that would have been awesome if she would have said that. Christine just giggles and explains how David really loves her and really cares about her. Like if something's wrong, he's like, so what's wrong? You know, what's wrong with you? And she's like, nothing. And he will sit down. He will talk to her. He will try to figure it out and make her feel better. Christine says that David is really aware and observant to her feelings versus Kody, who was not only not aware, but was not even there. Sookie asked David about himself because he comes out. We then get to see, I just skipped a whole part of my script. Hold on. I think I got a concussion. How do I know if I have a concussion? So yeah, Sookie suggests that we finally meet David. Christine is so happy. She tells Sookie that David is the love of her life and he is amazeballs. Let me see if it's going to skip the commercial. Oh, I said commercial the other day to my kid. We were watching something together and I was like, oh, commercial. And he goes, Mom, we don't call them commercials anymore. They're ads. And I'm like, you're right. Sorry. Showing how old I am to say commercial. Anyways, yeah, so we are introduced to David. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love how he's like over here, like talking to the people off camera.
Observant. It's insane. All right, Christine, I think it's time.
Yes, to meet David.
It's time for us to meet David. I
Yes.
feel like I already know him and we already love him.
See, he's like over there, like just chatting it up with the camera crew. Oh, so David comes out and Sookie asks him about himself, and he immediately says, you know, I was married for 20 years, have 8 kids, 10 grandkids. My wife passed away 11 years ago. started dating some time back, had fun, but was ready to give up when I came across Christine's profile. Almost swiped left. So I guess they were on Tinder. Ain't Tinder where you swipe left, swipe right? He said, but he decided to click on it. He told his daughter that he matched with Christine Brown, and his daughter was like, "You're being catfished. That's not Christine." So he knew who she was. Like, he knew who Christine Brown was. And even when they were talking at first, his daughter was convinced that he may have been getting catfished. They went out first date. They went out on the second date. He ended up taking her to a play because she likes plays. And he said she was just so animated over the play. They were watching the Little Mermaid play, and he said he sat there watching her watch this play, and she was just so animated. I mean, she was so animated over the play and just so excited that he said he could see that she had this. She was very passionate about life, just very, happy, go lucky, and passionate about life. He says that he has dated in the past, but when he met Christine, it was instant that he knew immediately that she was the one. He says he loves how quirky she is, just everything about her, how he can be himself around her. She doesn't tell him what he can or can't do. Suki then asked if he is intimidated by all of this, and he said, well, no, not really, because I know that sometime down the road, there's going to be an end of all of this. This will come to an end. There will be no more cameras. And I want to be there when that happens. I plan on being there when that happens. That's the person that I still want to be with. That's the person that I want to grow old with. When all of this is not there and it's done and over with. Suki then plays a clip for David to watch. And the clip that we're going to watch is where she is painting at McKelty's house. No, it was her house with McKelty, Tony, Aspen, Mitch, and they're talking about her dating and how she is scared because she's only ever dated Cody. She's only ever kissed Cody, and that Cody didn't even like the way that she kissed. So she's like, what if I suck at kissing? Like, what if I suck at all of this? So she's talking about that in a confessional and with the girls. And David is watching all this. And we then see a clip where she's talking about what she is looking for in a guy. She's like, I want bald, I want tattoos, I want a man that drives a motorcycle. And that is David. David is bald, he has tattoos, and he used to drive a motorcycle. So when that clip plays, you see David, who is clearly amused at what she's saying, and he laughs about it. So let's find that piece. If we can. Let me see. Where we're at right now.
I was married for over 20 years.
And that's the beginning. His voice is different than I thought it would be. I'm not going to lie. I thought he would have a different voice. Anybody else thought he would have a different? I don't know what I expected, but this is just a very soft. All right, let's see.
I'm both. Because yes, I went to date. Oh my God, no, that sounds really, really, really terrifying and scary and vulnerable and no. But still at the same time, yes. Gosh, yes. See, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. So I am definitely doing for.
Oh, and we see Cody watching this too, because maybe that's what it is, Leisha. The voice was a little, I think it's just soft, So then we actually see Cody watching this part, which it irritates him because in this part, they are talking, Christine is talking to them about, being married to a man that said he was not physically attracted to me is hard. And I'm scared of that. I'm scared. How do I find a man if the man that I was married to did not even think I was attractive? And McKelty says that's Cody's problem that he didn't find you attractive. That's not your problem. Because you are very beautiful. That's on him. And you can tell Cody did not like when she said that.
And I'm done with the just go. As far as body, the look, I went bald, tattoos, and driving a motorcycle. That's the vision. Just saying the tattoos would be fantastic. Just it's pretty much Cody's opposite, not on purpose, but maybe. I'm just looking for something that Kody never was.
Woo!
Because I just want someone who's a partner, a good communicator, someone who's funny, love a sense of humor. We'll go on several dates. Like whoever is on some dates.
Yeah, right here, she's like, we'll go on several dates. And Tony was like, I think this is where he's like, no, you gotta like try several different men out. Let me check. Let me not get off my script because I screw myself up when I do that. All right. La, da, 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 da. She goes on to say that she wants someone completely opposite of Kody, not on purpose, but maybe. That she just wants someone that is a partner, good communicator, someone with a sense of humor that can make her laugh, someone that Kody never was. And Kody is watching the clip, and I feel like this was a bit of the twist of the knife that layeth in thy kidneys. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, the clip continues to show Christine say that when she finds that someone, she will go on several dates, and he will only be around the people that she trusts. You hear Tony chime in and say, Christine, if you don't try all of the ice cream flavors, you're not going to know which one you like best. Then Christine's like, well, Tony, did you try all of the ice cream flavors before you married my daughter? He did. He did. He said he did try. Actually, McKelty's like, yes, Mom, he did. He tried all of the ice cream flavors, just so you know. That's weird. That's weird. Like me and my mom hanging out one day with my husband, and somehow we get on talking about, and my husband's like, yes, I did a bunch of women before I married your daughter. Sure did. I mean, I guess I'm glad they're that comfortable with each other, We see Christine telling the kids that it's hard thinking about dating because the man that she was married to admitted that he was not attracted to her. So that's stuff to think about. And that's the biggest reason she hasn't started dating yet, she said. McKelty's like, how did that even happen? And Christine's like, I don't know, but it's been very hard for me to get over. We then see Christine in a confessional saying that the biggest reason she left Kody was because she did not want to be married to a man that did not find her attractive, and her kids know that. I mean, she has 2 daughters that are still not married, that can be influenced by what they see their mom put up with and deal with. So she wanted to teach them. She wanted to be an example, to be like, listen, if you get with a man and they're like, oh, I'm no longer attracted to you, you don't have to stay with them. You can leave them. Kody was actually watching the clip. We see Christine in a confessional with David watching, and she says, what if I suck at kissing? What if I suck at everything else? She says it's been terrifying to think about dating. We watch a part of the clip where McKelty tells Christine that she understands that her mom is scared because she was married to a man for 25 plus years that was never attracted to her, but that's Kody's problem, not Christine. Now, Kody gives this look almost as if he's thinking to himself, what? That's not true. Let's go over to that little clip. 31:44. I think I got my timestamps off.
It's just nice. It's nice to feel confident in a relationship where I can just be me.
The final question is, how many scoops of ice cream did you try?
Oh, wow, that's a big jump. How did I get over there? All right, let's go back.
And you were married for 25-ish years. The guy you were married with was never into it. Like, that sucks. But that's his problem, not yours.
And I could get full scoops of ice cream.
Yeah, Cody's like, what? My problem? How's that my problem? It is your problem. It was your problem. We go back to David and Christine, who has also just watched this clip. And Suki brings up how Christine seemed to have manifested David into her life. That last year, she literally said she wanted a man that was bald, tattoos, drives a motorcycle. Christine talks about how David has tattoos, and they even got matching tattoos, and he used to drive a motorcycle. So bald, tattoos, used to drive a motorcycle. But yeah, then she's like, yes, we got matching tattoos. It stands for new beginnings. They got them together. David does say that it was weird watching her say that that's what she wanted. because it's so similar to who he's like, yeah, that was kind of weird. That was strange to hear her say that. Sookie then asked what it was like for her to watch that clip back. And Christine says it was very important for her to speak about this to her kids because her kids already knew that Kody wasn't attracted to her. So she felt obligated to speak about it so that they would know that that's not something that you have to put up with. She wasn't going to put up with it. If they ever encounter this in their marriage, they don't have to put up with it. We flip over to Kody, who says he is happy that Christine is so happy with her life, but that scene bothered him because she was talking to their children about him and asking, he says, she was talking to our children about our issues and asking our children to side against me, which that's not what she did. Kody says nobody else seems to see it. Maybe I'm delusional, but I feel like she is setting my kids up against me in order to gain favor with her. And Sookie asked Kody, like, what do you mean by that? And he says, well, Christine is telling McKelty about this story. So McKelty will say, yeah, that was really crappy of my dad to do to you. He says she is joining Christine in the criticism of him because he didn't love her. That don't really make much sense. She, McKelty, is joining Christine in the criticism of him, Kody, because he didn't love her. Oh, okay, Christine. But that's not why they're doing it. They're doing it because you telling your wife and writing when you're already celebrities, you're already have this hit reality TV show, and y'all write a book together, and you're a part of the book. You tell the world, not attracted to my wife. It actually disgusted me to see her eat nachos. Like what? That's just a crappy thing to do. He says, in the eyes of his children, he was there for Christine. He was attached to her, but Christine told the kids that he wasn't. That what she did was wrong. He is happy for her, but he cannot forgive the fact that she has pit his children against him in a subtle but very real way. You know what I noticed about this, you guys? In this clip, he keeps saying, my kids, or my children, my children, my children. Have we ever heard Kody refer to any of the kids as his children? Have you guys ever heard that? Normally, it's Robyn's kids, Robyn's kids, Christine's kids, Mary's kids, Janelle's kids. Normally, it's each individual person's kids. Normally, it is not his kids. So I just thought that was really ironic that when he's bringing up the fact that Christine talked to the kids about something crappy that Kody did to her, it's now, oh, she's talking to my kids. When I have literally never heard that man refer to any of his kids as his kids. It's always been the wife's kids. Now they're your children. He goes on to say that if she is really in love with David, she will stop trash talking him to her children and trash talking him on the show. That that would show that she really loves David because she should be over it. And Sookie says, oh, I think she's over it. And Kody says, well, I hope she is. But no. You can be over something, but still talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You can be happy with your life, but still talk about something that was traumatic for you. Y'all, my head is hurting so bad. Back with David and Christine, Sookie brings up David. Nope. Back with David and Christine, Sookie brings up Kody, saying that Christine wasn't a good kisser. Christine says, yeah, I was super scared to be kissed because I was scared I wouldn't be a good kisser. Kody didn't like kissing me at all. And David chimes in and says, no, she's a great kisser. And David says, like I said, everything about her. She is awesome. Sookie asked Christine, well, what made you think Kody didn't like kissing you or thought that he wasn't a good kisser? And Christine said, I know Kody. I was married to him. I knew. She said, one year for my birthday, Kody called me up and said, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I said, well, let's just go make out. And he was like, nah, let's not. She's like, so it's pretty obvious that she's like, he never wanted to kiss me. He never wanted to make out with me. So it's pretty obvious to me that he did not enjoy it. Suki then asked Christine, she's like, well, the real question here is how many scoops of ice cream did you try before you got to David? And David laughs and he's like, yes, how many scoops did you try? And Christine says, well, none that mattered. Suki then asked if David is her mint chocolate chip. And Christine says, oh, he is a better than mint chocolate chip. Suki asked Cody about him saying she is, no, God, I messed that up too. Suki asked David, she's like, so what do you think about Cody saying that Christine is a Machiavellian? And he said, yeah, she's not at all. We then see Suki and Cody talking about it though, and he's like, I still think she is. I still think Christine is a Machiavellian. Maybe she won't do it to David, but that's my experience. He says maybe if she is really in love with him, she won't be that way with him at all. But if she is a Machiavellian, then years down the road, when we're all friends and we hang out, I expect David will pull me to the side one night and say, dude, this is nuts, and start complaining about Christine to me. And I will tell David, dude, just be loyal to your wife and don't talk to me about it. And then he says, because guys do normally complain about their wives to each other. I'm like, oh, y'all do? Y'all do, which we all know that. The same way wives complain about their husbands to each other, and Cody made a big deal about that. Y'all know Cody made such a big deal about Christine complaining about Cody to Janelle, about Mary complaining to Cody, to Robyn. Like he's always like, they trash talk me behind my back. No, they are literally talking to the other wives about y'all's problems, about, they're just complaining to each other about you the same way you have admitted that guys do it. And it is normal and it does happen, but you want to chastise and villainize Christine for doing that. Not fair. Not fair. Suki says that she has met David, and she doesn't think at all that David will ever be pulling Cody to the side to have that conversation. Just when I thought Suki was going to call David out, Cody out, I really thought she was going to be like, listen, I met David. He's a great guy. He's never going to do that. He's never going to pull you to the side to trash talk Christine or to complain about Christine. He's not going to do that. I really thought she was going to call him out. She then says, just like you don't talk to the other wives and complain to them about one of the other wives. And he's like, yeah, right. I mean, I've been trash talked, but, and then he goes on to say something about humans being fallible, and they make huge mistakes. He's like, yeah, you're right. I've been trash talked, but I don't. He goes, well, let's just say, all humans make huge mistakes, but you forgive those mistakes because everybody makes them. And if you don't forgive them, you don't have marriages. And I'm like, what did all that? That was just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I don't even know how that came into play. You were literally saying you think that David will pull you to the side to complain about Christine. And Suki said, I met David, don't think it's going to happen. And then you start talking about people making huge mistakes. But what's so crazy is when your wives did make a mistake, you didn't forgive them. You didn't move on. You held on to it. You complained about it for a whole season. You know what I'm saying? We flip over to David, who says Cody is wrong. Then when he says those things about Christine being backstabbing, he goes, Christine is not that way at all. I can read people. I feel like I read people pretty well, and that is not Christine. If anything, Christine can be clueless about people at times, but she is not conniving at all. David also says that his focus is on Christine and not on what Cody and Christine had. Suki asked David what his opinions of Cody are. And he says, listen, from seeing him in real life and meeting him and seeing him on the show, Cody wears his emotions on his sleeve, which is fine. That's who he is, but it's not who I am. I would never be that way. Cody definitely wants you to hear him. That's what he said. He said he wears his emotions on his sleeve and he wants you to hear him. Back to Cody, he says, listen, for David's sake, Christine had to destroy my character, or David wasn't going to marry her if he found out she left a good man. but I'm not a bad guy. Christine and I were just not in a good marriage. And I'm like, so why can't it be that? You don't think Christine may have possibly told David, listen, it just wasn't a good marriage? And David said, okay, yeah, it makes sense to me. Sure, fine. He's like a toddler. Me, tantrum. I know you're right. This is going to be another commercial.
Like you didn't pull over the other wives to have conversations about your exactly. Isn't
we all make huge David Woolley's sake. Christine has to destroy my character. Or David doesn't feel like he can marry her because she left a good man. I'm not a bad guy. Christine and I were just not in a good marriage.
I mean, I met David.
Yeah.
I don't think he feels that way at all.
He doesn't. He doesn't feel that way at all. She says, yeah, I don't think David will ever be pulling you over to have that conversation. Skip. Let me get back. I lost my place. Bear with me. Sookie asked David what his opinions are of Kody. I know went over this from him in real life. Similar show, wears his emotions on his sleeve, and Kody wants you to hear him. Back to Kody, he says, for David's sake, Christine had to destroy my character, or David wasn't going to marry her if he found out she left a good man. I'm not a bad guy. Christine and I are just not good in a marriage. Sookie says, I don't think David feels that way at all. And Kody says, well, that would be my suspicion. And Sookie says, I think David looks at it like this. A marriage didn't work. What it was. There was a divorce that took place, and now I'm meeting this woman where she is, and that's it. And Kody says, oh, well, I would assume he would feel that way. I mean, I vetted Robyn hard. So you vetted Robyn hard, but you did not vet any of the other three. Thank you, Leisha. I'll definitely, maybe I have like a concussion or something. I don't know. It happened this morning, though. I've been kind of like this all day. He said, because I needed to know that she wasn't leaving a good man before I was going to marry her and take that chance with that. But we still don't know if Robyn's ex was a good man. I mean, we've been told all kind of crazy things, and some people have come out to say that they're not true, that Robyn lied, so we really don't know. Sookie tells Kody that he can still be a good man despite Christine leaving him. She's like, yeah, you can still be a good man. Just because she left you doesn't mean you're not. But in my opinion, you're not. I mean, you were pretty bad to these women on the show. Kody says, well, she needs to stop telling my kids that I'm a bad man. And he goes, because I'm not going to let this go until the kids come to me and we talk about this. We go back to David and Christine. Sookie asks David if he has any sympathy for Kody as a man that's had to manage this lifestyle. And David says he can to a point because it has to get overwhelming, especially with so many people here at play. He says, but as far as me, he's like, as far as me, dating other women, my kids have always come first. And this is where I feel like he's kind of throwing shade at Kody and saying, you know what? Like, one thing I don't understand is you ever putting a woman in front of your wife. He says, I've dated other women and my kids have always come first. If any girl that I've ever dated tried to push me to say I have to be this way or that way and not put my kids first, he's like, that's not going to work for me. There's room for everyone. Sookie asked David if he knew why it didn't work between Kody and Christine. And he says, no, I don't know. I don't really know. He goes, as far as I'm concerned, Christine is the total package. Maybe there was something lacking that Christine needed. Maybe communication or something like that. Because he can understand that. He says, I was in a relationship where communication was lacking. If you don't have that in a marriage, it just won't work. He says, a ring doesn't matter. The title doesn't matter. It's everything else. He said, they are awesome together, him and Christine. Sookie then asked about the proposal, and David said he had it all planned out in his head. They went to Moab, to the edge of a cliff. Christine chimed in to say that David then asked her what she thought about the scene. So they're standing on the edge of this cliff, and he's like, "So what do you think about this?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's beautiful." And one of the friends that was with them was like, "Here, let me get a picture of you guys standing on the edge of the cliff." And she's like, "Okay." Thank you. Will you turn my air off, babe? Just hit that little button. Thank you so much, love.
Love you.
Love you too, man. Sorry, guys. I know. I can't think of that either without thinking of Gabby. So the guy, rather than taking a picture, he was actually recording. So they're standing there, and David says, "This is my favorite place in the world, and you're my favorite person in the world, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you." Christine said she was so shocked. She did not see this coming, and David's friend filmed the whole thing. I have a feeling they'll use that footage for the show, probably. They bring up the wedding party, how everything's going to go. She says they actually will not have a wedding party per se. Their grandkids will walk down the aisle. She said her dad will hopefully be the one to walk her physically down the aisle. If he's not well enough, she will have her son walk her. Suki asked who all was going to be invited as far as family. Christine said Janelle and her kids will be invited for sure, but definitely not Kody and Robyn. She says she actually did reach out to Kody and Robyn's kids, but they have not responded. She says Mary is not invited, but Leon and Audrey were invited and even are going to wear the theme colors and be in pictures with the family. Kody's brothers and Kody's mom is invited. Christine says she will invite who she wants and who she feels comfortable with. And she says that's the good part about getting married so much later on in life, because you don't have to worry about making someone mad because you just don't care at that age. You're like, you know what? If I'm going to have a wedding, I'm going to invite those people that mean the most to me, that make me comfortable. I'm not going to invite anyone that I'm uncomfortable with. And she says, I'm finally getting this fairy tale wedding. And then she goes, oh, we are getting the fairy tale wedding. 5608. I feel like my head is heavy.
And now what I get to share with everybody is the best day of my life. I get to bring everybody to the best day of my life. And it's just going to be a huge flippin' party. And it's going to be a fairy tale dream come true. And it's going to be beautiful and gorgeous. And you're just going to want to be there and stay there all day long.
Well, thank you.
Love it. Cookie asked Mary, she was like, so do you think you will get invited to Christine's wedding? And Mary was like, no, I don't think that I am going to get invited. She said, but I'm okay with that. She says, I understand that. A wedding is a very special moment where you want to be comfortable. You don't want any issues. She says she didn't want to bring that kind of conflict and emotion anyways to Christine's wedding. She says, I'm truly okay with not going, which I think is, wow, that is awesome of you, Mary, to be like, that's great, Mary, for you to be like, no, I'm not going to go. I don't expect to get an invite. Now I am A-okay with that. Suki asked Mary if she hopes to get married again, and Mary says, yes. Why, yes, she does. She wants to find someone that loves and accepts the person that she is and cherishes her for the real Mary. Mary. Somebody keeps calling me out, and they're like, her name is Mary. You're saying her name wrong. And I'm like, okay, my bad. It's just, that's what rolls off my tongue. My bad. Mary. Anyways, Suki asked Janelle if she is going, and Janelle's like, oh, yes, I'm going. I got this really nice dress made for the wedding, or I bought this really nice dress. I got this special dress for the wedding. She's like, I'm going. Suki asked Janelle, how does she feel? Does she feel like she could ever reconcile with Kody? And Janelle says no, that she does not see that in the future. That it would have to be some magic fairy tale where they transformed into some different people. But she said, we can be friends. She says, I do remember the good times that I had with Kody, and I still hold him to high regard, but I don't see us ever reconciling. Sookie then asked everyone who is their celebrity crush. And Janelle's celebrity crush is Gerard Butler and Jason Momoa. Mary's celebrity crush is Matthew McConaughey. What does he say? All right, all right, all right. Something like that. Cody's celebrity crush is Sophia Loren. Cody says even Robyn knows that. He's like, everybody knows my celebrity crush. Cody then outs Robyn's celebrity crush as Ryan Reynolds. And he goes, that's why I had to work on this six-pack and these nice pecs, because I had to compete with Ryan Reynolds. Alrighty. Christine says throughout the last 13 years, she has been, then this is the end. Christine says, listen, throughout the last 13 years, I've been real. I've showed people some of the worst days of my life. And now I will get to show people the best years of my life. She gets to bring everyone that she loves, and it's going to be a fairy tale. And then we see scenes for the next.
That they are openly affectionate, soothes that wound that Cody inflicted. Yeah, I know. Getting married soon. I don't.
I gotta turn the audio off because there's music in the background.
Hey Janelle, how's it going? This is really fun.
I think.
I'm excited to say I do, and he's excited to say I do anything I want.
Everybody's like just so happy about this. That's what I love too, is the kids love him. Everybody's so happy about it. It is just amazeballs. My head is hurting. It's been hurting all day. I took some ibuprofen earlier, so it's hoping it would calm down, but it didn't. So that is the recap of part 4. Interesting. I love that David wasn't shy. He was like, Christine, a Machiavellian? No way. To be fair, she's actually a little naive with people. I actually have to tell her, Christine, that this is what it is. Like, I love that David will speak up and say whatever he thinks, however he feels. I love to see them together because you can tell just how happy Christine is. She just glows. I love how much Janelle supports that relationship. And it's nice to even see Mary like supporting it as well. It's not just, while we do know Mary got a little frustrated with Christine, it's nice to see that everyone is happy for her and rallying around her. And Robyn cried like she does on these recaps, saying that she needs them to say to her face that they want her to be happy. And I'm like, I've seen them say that before. I've seen them say, was it only in this season? I'm pretty sure Christine said it last season. You know, just go be happy. But anyways, that was the recap, you guys. Leave me y'all's thoughts. We are over an hour long. I'll definitely have to try to get to some editing tonight. Probably won't get to any editing tonight, but I'll try. We're gonna jump back. I gotta make the thumbnail for the next live stream, but we are gonna be talking about Mama June's oldest daughter, Anna Cardwell, also known as Chickadee. She passed away, and her oldest daughter, June, has kind of just taken over custody of Caitlin. But that's actually not what we're talking about. See, y'all, my mind's like all over the place. We're going to talk about Anna's husband, Eldridge. He did an interview with People Magazine, which we will talk about the custody situation as well. We will talk about June being on TikTok saying that to send things for Christmas, they will get them to Kylie. And I'm being told that's not the case. We're going to talk about it all. If my mind can function right, I might need to make notes for that one. But anyways, you guys let me know your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on my other social media accounts. Tomorrow, I'm going to take a little bit of a rest. I'm going to go to the city, Christmas shopping. Today is mine and Sean's anniversary. Normally, we would go today, but we're going to go tomorrow to the city to finish up our Christmas shopping. So tomorrow, I'm going to try to take a little bit of a break. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I do have somewhat of a little bit of a knot, like a little goose egg. But anyways, I'll see you guys back here in about 15 minutes. Bye, guys.